All right, welcome back. So we just finished making our home page. So what we need to do now is make the next page, which is the About page. So this is what we got to work with. The only thing that's going to take us the longest time is just doing this grid, honestly, because I'm not the most experienced with grid because I don't usually use it for what I need to do. So this will be a nice little learning experience for me as well to get comfortable with the grid. And what we'll do is I'll show you how to add, because this is all a completely HTML CSS static site. So you also get to learn how to add multiple pages to a static website if you don't already know how to do that. So right away, what we need to do is I need to take all of this code, this HTML. I'm just going to Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and Control N to make a new file. Control V to paste, Control S to save. I know that was a lot of instructions, but now we're in Kennedy Has a Pancakes. We go into the HTML, and then we do about.html. And so this is our new About page, but what we need to do, looks like we're not reusing anything, so we're just going to take all of this, and we're going to take all this out. And we're not going to use any of this landing, so we're going to start from scratch. And that's it. So we already have the navigation. We got the dark mode. Everything is already on here. So we just copy and paste it, and then we just gut the main section. And what we do now, so we have, you notice we have the active class. Let's see, I'm going to turn off dark mode here. Oh, do I see a bug? What the heck happened between last night and today? What's this nonsense? This wasn't here last night, so what are you? Is something... So maybe this button, position relative. I think that's it. There, yeah, okay. For some reason, the button is position relative. Dark mode button, you're going to be line 62. Okay, that's going to be absolute. There we go. Yeah, see, this was position relative for whatever reason we did last night. And it was pushing down against everybody. So actually, because I wanted to move it over here because we're gonna get a logo. So yeah, well, this is the About page. I mean, we're technically also updating the About page. So let's move this guy over. Now we don't need this. That was the light. So here's the top dark mode button. This is where we get our positioning. So let's make it right of 15. No, 10. And a top of 25. Is that enough? 35. 45. 55. And that looks like it's enough space away from that. There's that. So now, when we go to the About page, that will be there as well. So now that we got our About page, let me just make sure everything is linked up. So I want this to be /HTML /about HTML. And so when I click on the About, here we are at the About page with nothing in between. So there we go. So let's let's get that going. Oh, also the active class. That's the one thing I wanted to show you guys. The active class. This little bar, that's what that class active does. Every A tag with a class active will have that bar. So now that we're in the about page, let's also fix that /HTML/about. Let's take this active class, take it off of home, and add it to the about. And look at it move. That's all you got to do. Normally what people would do is load in your header with a PHP includes or some server-side language, so you don't have to have multiple navigations on all your pages. Instead, you have one HTML file with one navigation that you edit once, and it edits on all pages. But we're just doing static HTML CSS sites. But honestly, for these little 5-pagers, like these small business sites, you don't need it, because it's just changing the active class, and it's just a couple pages, and it's not that much of a hassle, honestly. So this doesn't really benefit from being done with that much. But when you have a website that needs like 10, 15, 20, 30 pages, yeah, maybe you have to start doing some server-side stuff, because you're making a bigger site, but because otherwise it just becomes a little more daunting to manage. But I did the largest static site I've done is about 20 pages for a single client, and that's all static, no server-side, and it's not that bad. So now let's start doing our HTML. Let's nail this down. So this. I think this is going to be the hero. So H1. And I'm going to take this. And then H2. Copy that. Put that there. Now, that's it for that. I mean, that's the landing section. Let's just copy this and let's do our tiles. This little tile section. This is going to be the fun one. So, ID of tile. Let's get rid of this. And then let's also add a couple more just for the other guys. I think we need 2. So let's start with this one. So right away, I have this guy that's going to be part of it, and I have this as well. So what I need is I need a container like this to house these guys, but I don't want them to be part of the grid. So I just need to make a separate container for these images, so I can target that with the grid, and then I can position these around it. So what I need my image/images. What is that? Stamp. Yeah. So there's that. Well, actually, yeah, I think I'm gonna hide it already. It's just decorative. Equals true. And because it is above the fold, it's right here, smack dab on the landing page, I'm not gonna lazy load it, because that can cause some problems. So now I need to create. So here's my tile. Tile grid. And this is where I add my images. So image source images / what do I have them saved as? Oh, there it is, grid 1. And we're gonna yeah, I think I'm gonna add aria. I'm gonna add alt tags to these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that should be my images. And then outside of that, I need this little number. So so these need to be grouped together inside a container. So I need to do why we do, and that's going to have, let's see, I guess since this section doesn't have an H2, I guess that's where we start. Give me this. And that's it for that section. I guess we gotta have this little banner too. And I definitely gotta work on this copy. This was not written by me, this was just written by my designer. And I think it could be, we just need to order Forever Joyful. Heyman, I don't know, it just feels weird. I don't know, like it's a, I think it's a kid's book. Let's make that, why we do? Let's just make that a span. Tagline. Where does it have the header? Does it have the header? I think this deserves to be a span more than anything. And then this should be like an H2 because this is kind of a heading. And I'm just going to lorem ipsum 15. I'm just going to lorem that. And then I'll write something else later. And so now we got this section. So when you got this overlapping section, how do you decide where to put it? And for me, it's going to be the one that is the most inside of. So it looks like it's the most inside of this section. It's like it's got the most of it inside. It's only like 25% inside this. So that's where we're going to put it. So this will be, I don't know, pleasant. I don't need this. And I don't need this. Okay, so there you go, pleasant. Get rid of this. And I just need my H2. My P. I don't think I need to, no, I don't. You could put this inside of a container so that you can push them to the edge and have this be here too, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to absolutely position this so that it doesn't push against these guys, and I can just have them be display blocks and push them to the left. They don't have to work around this. So I'm just going to position absolute this so I don't have to put these guys in a container. So I'm just going to image dot placemat. Placemat. Loading equals lazy. And alt it's going to be placemat. Yeah, that's it. So that's going to be that. And then this section is literally just going to be this. So H2, paste. And that's it. That's a simple about page. Doesn't need to be complicated. Normally I have my own interior page templates for these, but I figured, you know, this is such a simple site. I can let my designer, let's just make some let's make some new templates, some new pages. So, yeah, like this, it's simple, and it's kind of on brand. So, normally I use the same interior pages, but every so often I like to go a little extra for my clients who can benefit from it. So now that's it with our HTML, and this is what we got. This is what it is right now, and it will eventually become something. So let's fix this. Let's go to my mobile, and this is where we start, is at our 320. So now let's bump up our CSS. We got to first Control N for new, Control S for save. Inside our CSS folder, let's make an about.css so that we can have our style sheet for only the about page. And we're going to do that up here. Instead of loading style, we're going to load about. And that's everything. So let's make this into something. First off, I think my dark mode button is not going to work there because it's white. So now I got to plan around that. So what I think what I have to do now. All right, that's just got a little more complicated, a little more annoying, but you do what you have to for the client. So let's take our moon and let's download the black version. I don't want PNG. Oh, I gotta zoom out. There, I want the SVG. Save as moon black. Okay. Now we got that. So what I need to do now is in my HTML or my button. I take this moon and I do moon or black moon. So moon black. So there's black moon. So this black moon only lives on the about page, and there it is. But what I need to do, let's say I'm going to add white moon, so I can target that. Now let's bring this up. I need to get my, there we go. I just need my heading so I can get that started. And then I need to grab my media queries. Set up my mobile one. Alright, collapse, collapse, collapse. Okay, so here we go. Let's just do landing. And I think I'm just going to put it in here. I don't need to add it to dark mode or anywhere. I'm just going to do a really quick one. So on this page, I want dot white moon to be display none. And then I want dark moon, black moon to be display block. Does that work? Here it is. Okay, so white moon. Okay, this is hard to see, so I'm going to do hero brown. Okay, good. So it looks like it's gone. So it's working. It's just these guys need to be black now. Hey. So where's the color? There's the color. So I'm going to grab this. And then, is it a background color? Okay. So I'm going to grab these. That work? Let's see. I mean, that should work. Hamburger enter. Right, here's that. Okay, for whatever reason, something didn't work. But okay, so that's changed now. So we got these guys. Cool, cool. All right. So let's just leave this up here. About page, navigation, code. About page, content. Just to label it, keep it clean, so we know what we're doing here. So the first things first, this thing is like 56, which is crazy. So let's get rid of this. Okay, so we're about HTML. So we got hero, h1. Let's just do 46. Let's see what that does. Gigantic. 36. Okay, text align center. Okay, and then I want a margin top of 70. Let's push that away from the logo. Let's do a little more. Let's do 80. And then this guy down here is going to be 18. And font weight, I just want to make that normal. Line height, oops, 1.5 em. That's going to be text align center. I'm just looking at this, and on mobile it feels a little bland. So I'm wondering if I gotta make, I think I gotta make an audible here. So what I want to do, what images do I have at my disposal? Oh, wrong job. Let's use wood. But you know what? Because it's so long, what you gotta do? Copy, paste. Okay, so I got copy, right? So this is gonna be wood mobile, right? And what you do on mobile, when you have these like long images, I like to rotate them, because otherwise it's going to be this, like it's just going to stretch really wide and get really grainy. But if I do this, you know, it's already a vertical screen, so I make the image vertical to fit it. So let's try this. Let's just see what this looks like. Maybe this is just something I do on mobile, but I'm experimenting here. So that's the background. That means this has to be white for now. And I think I want to add a pseudo element to the hero. So position relative, because I want to create an overlay, which is that like black opaque. Copy this. So I'll put this in here. This is our pseudo element, so let's make this black. Let's make it opaque, like 6. And Z index -1. C, that means the parent gets Z index of 1. Okay, that's too dark. Let's try 3. before. I just want to darken up a little bit. And let's do a min height of 100 view height, so it takes up the whole thing. And so it looks like I need these guys to be our white again. So I guess we'll just hang on to you, display none. And then we will let you guys continue to do your thing. So yeah, that feels better than just having, you know, something empty. So now this seal, let me see. Oh yeah, it's not white. So I think I want to make this seal overlap right here. So what I need to do, I need to edit this to make this white. So I'm going to open up GIMP. If you haven't heard of it or used it before, I recommend using it. It's free. It's basically, you know, Photoshop Lite without as much BS. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to open up Cover Web, Candy House, Images, Stamp. So I need to fill this in. Let's see if I can, I think what I got to do now, I have to create a layer, new layer. Okay, so instead of trying to fill this in, I need to create a layer underneath it and make that white so it sees, it's basically showing through everything. So I need to make a circle. How do I make a circle? Is that it? Is that my circle? Okay. And I will let you know I'm not very experienced in this. I know just enough to do small things. So there's my circle. And, oops. So this is on that layer. Okay, cool. So let's select this one. Why is it like that? Okay, escape. Oh, that's a client text. He missed his meeting today. We can reschedule today if you like. Why is it all fuzzy? I don't like these edges. I think it has to do with the select tool. So let's do a little Googling. There. Make a circle. GIMP. Draw a circle GIMP tutorial. Let's see. Click some menu on the border menu item. Actually, I'm going to watch this because I don't know if this is like a copyright thing if I watch somebody else's video. So I'm just going to watch. Let's see. What do you want me to do? Okay, that's what I did. Okay, they're making it. Oh, okay. So let's make our circle with our ellipse tool. I don't know what this. I don't think I want that position. Expand from center. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I think I need to make it smaller. Oops. I just need to make it big enough. Just to cover. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. Okay, I did that. White. Okay. Alright, wait a minute. Yeah, feel free to skip if you don't want to watch this. I mean, you're just watching me working right now, so. Fill, okay, go to edit. Fill with foreground color. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, and then I take this and I want to, let's see. I want to move this underneath. Okay. There you go. Okay. Whoops. Okay, that's it. There we go. Now we just made it white. So so you see all this extra space here, actually? We don't want that, because then it'll just, the PNG itself will still have all this gaps. So what we do is, I'm going to turn this off now. I don't need you. Get out of full screen. Okay. And we're going to do image, crop to content. So it crops it to the content. Nice and easy, right? So we go to File, Export As. Okay, you have the pancakes. Let's call it stamp white. Okay, so now that's done. So let's load in our stamp white. Okay, so there's that. And now what I want to do, oh, we gotta copy this for all our sections. That should be enough. Oops. And then get rid of this. So this would be tile, grid. Right, yeah, there's our landing. Okay, so I want tile dot stamp. I want this to be, let's see, I want this to be position absolute. So that means I need tile container, I need its parent to be position relative, so I can absolutely position it inside. So what I want to do, I want to make it absolutely positioned so that I can center it and then make it overlap. So what we're going to do is position absolute, do left 50%, transform, translate x negative 50%, and that's our trusty old school, works every time, centering on the horizontally. That's what this is it. Just memorize that. That's how you do it. And then I want my top to be negative, I don't know, 50 pixels. Let's make it 150. Cool. Now I just need to make, oops, I think I just make tile. I think I gotta add a Z index on it. Yeah. So again, position relative. If you ever want to use Z index, you have to use position relative or absolute or whatever. You just have to manually declare position whenever you're using Z index. And this looks like it's too much, so let's do like 130. It works for me, and that means tile. So we got to push this content down in the tile section. So we're going to do padding top 100. Let's see. So I do that there. Yeah, so however because the tile is pushing down on the container. So I think what I would rather do, I want to put it on the container so that this stays there. Because now the container is what's pushing its content down instead of the tile pushing the container down, which pushes this down. So that's easier to manage. So that looks fine. It's about even space. I kind of like that. I like the way that is. I like what you're doing there. So we're going to leave that. Now we got to figure out how do we do this in mobile. And that's going to be interesting. So I think what I want to do, what I see happening is I make, like, I recreate this. I do this here, and then I basically make this section and put this underneath it. So it's like that. That's the only way I see it working. So on here, I need to display grid. And now I need to create my my grid rows and my grid columns. So I think, what is this? 1, 2, 3. So maybe if I make this 4 columns wide. So this takes up 1, 2, 3, and this takes up 1. And then, yeah. So grid template columns. So we're going to have 1 fraction, 2 fraction, 3 fractions, so 4 fractions. That basically splits it up into 4 equal fractions. So if I wanted one to be, bigger than the other, this one will be 2. So this will be 1 equal. This will be equal to 2 of these, and these will also be, 1 guys. This section will just be twice as large as these sections. But this is not a grid tutorial. This is just a working tutorial, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. And my columns, looks like we got this, so they're split down a little bit. I'm wondering if like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's just make it 10. Grid template rows. 1 FR. I'm just going to copy this 9 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we could do that, or we can use the repeat property. What is that? Grid repeat. There we go, 4FR. We can do this. See, it can look like this, or it can look like this. 10. This is easier. So now that I got that set up, now I have to do, okay, so I'm just going to give these guys classes. So it's going to be grid, and then G1, because I want to target them individually. Oops. Oh, but you know what? Images aren't usually good for being, I can't do this. I can't use images. Images are difficult to use in grid, from what I've seen. And because their sizes are going to change, I need them to be background images. So we're going to do dot grid dot G1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and what I need to do is I need to do tile G1, and we're going do our background color, or background image. It's going to be grid 1. And then what we do is we copy this for all images, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so those are going to disappear, probably. Yep, because we don't have, we're not specifying any space for them. So I think what I need to do now is G1. So its column, it's going to go from line 1 and span 2. Is that it? Is that how we do it? Or is it slash? How do I use this? Well, one way to check. So I did it once for another project and it went pretty easy. And that's going to be light brush painting. So I need to look at portfolio. Process, portfolio. I think it was on a small desktop. Oh no, not portfolio. It was construction, I think. Experience, maybe it was experience. No. Okay, what the heck is it? Now I just gotta go here. Set. I need to go deeper. There we go. This is the right grid. Okay. I had to do this. It was grid. Okay, so I didn't need a span. Let's get this out of here. Yeah, sorry you guys gotta sit through this. And yeah, I don't use grid that often. But I'm not going to sit here and research it beforehand and pretend I know everything. I'm going to show you guys how to learn too. Let's see. I think grid. Do I have to add a display block? Where's my images? Oh, I put it on container. I need it to be on tile grid. There it goes. Okay, so there's something. Now I just gotta figure out where. So this is my grid. And then I'm gonna specify a height. Let's do 500 pixels with 100%. I think I have to specify that. There we go. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So I just have to make this 2, 3, 4, 5. There's all our images. Now I just have to place them. So I want this grid row, I want it to go 5, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, let's go 6. Okay, and then I want this to span another line, right? So we're gonna take these, and I want my number 2. So this is gonna be the thin one right here. I want you to start. So this one goes from 1 to 4. So line 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want this one to start at 4 and go to line 5. And then I want your grid row to go from 6 to 7 so that you're reaching, well, I think, let's try making 3. Maybe that's too small. Because that does look pretty small. Maybe I need to add another grid. Let's add another fraction. So when I do this, you see it's 4. It's got 4 boxes. When I do this, it'll be 5. And I have more control now. So I have more spaces to use. So now it goes from line 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want this to go from 4 to 4, 5, 6. So I want number 2 to go to 6. There you go. That looks a little more even. And now I want, we're going to basically copy this for 3. But I want you to start on row, let's see, 1. I'm going to count with my finger now. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is where this one ends. So I want it to start on row 6 and go from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 6 to 11. Okay. And now same deal right here that we did for 2. That's the wife texting me. Baby has awakened. I'm doing this during the day. This is 2:50 p.m. This is not like late night anymore. It's a Saturday, and I'm just trying to get as much done on this thing as I can. So on number 4, I want it to be the same, but I want it to start on line. All right, starting from the top line with my finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. I want to start on line 7 and go to the bottom, which was 11. Got it. And honestly, I think that's good enough. I don't even think we need that big one. We can't really fit it. So we're just going to display none this one. You're out. And on the grid, I want to do grid gap of like 10 pixels. Just to spread them out a little bit. There we go. And on the grids, I want a border radius of 5 pixels. And that looks pretty good. I like this. Except now we got, something happened now. This guy moved. So we're going to move him. Let's go top 100. Let's do 80. 80 feels right. All right, that feels better. So now we got our grid in there. That's how you do that, I guess. Just knowing, your grid column, grid row, and using, see the lines. It starts up here. So line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's how you do it. You just basically tell it which lines you want it to go from. So G3, which is this one, is going from line, so on the column, which is going left to right, we are at, goes from line 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is as far out it goes, right? And then our grid row is starting on 6. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is where it starts, and it goes down to 11. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which is at the bottom. So that's how you work with a grid to make this. And on mobile, some things don't make the cut, and that's what happened here. This is just too big. and there's not enough space. So keep going. And we got our seal of approval there. This looks like a fun one. So now we got our why we do this. So this is just going to be in its own little square. So this is going to be about why we do background our primary. So right away this is going to be dot. Well, I got to put tile in front of this because they are part. I got to scope this. It's part of the tile. Tile dot why we do h2, or no, that's a span of header. And then font size 36. And then line height. Let's just do 1.5 M since it's not telling me. It's archival. Okay. Copy this. P. And that is going to be this color. Oops. Okay, so right away, just doing that, this is where we are. And now on my tile, what we do, I need to add some padding. Let's try 30 pixels by 20 pixels. Okay, and this needs to be a color white. Weight bold, I think. Nah. Margin bottom of like 8. Let's just do 10. And so this grid gap is 10 pixels, so I want to make this, I want to push this. So margin top, 10 pixels. Since I'm doing margin, because I want it to push away from wherever else. So right here, so you see that orange? I want to push down from that, and since the grid gap is 10 pixels, I want this to be 10 pixels so that we can keep that grid feel going, right? It just looks even, looks nice. And now we got this guy, which is our one. It's him. Just our random inspirational quote. It's a 56. So let's just add this class inspire. Let's do tile. Inspire. Font size 36 pixels. Text align. I'm going to center this one. And I think that's too big. Oops. Line height 1.5 M. So there's that. And I think I want to do margin top of 50. Spread that out. No, 80. And what I need to do is get rid of its margin bottom of 0. And then we got tile. Has a padding bottom. I gotta get rid of that padding bottom. 0. So that I can evenly space this out. And this is 50. So if I make this 80, then this margin bottom has to be not 0, but 30. So that it can be 80 pixels top and bottom. 30 plus 50. There we go. So we just got that. And now we got these guys. So you see how this is overlapping outside of this one. So to do this for mobile, the first thing that comes to mind is to take this and, do it like this, overlapping the container like this on mobile. So that's what I'm going to do. First, we got to do our background. Well, I got the same wood background up here. So let's go to pixels. Let's find another wood background, a wood texture, something homey. Yeah, got some good ones to choose from. I kind of like this one, just because it's different. So let's get medium. We're going to do wood 2. And then what we need to do is I need to resize this. Whoops. Resize, custom dimensions, and 450. High, because this is wide load a 1000 pixel image on a 400 pixel size screen. So save this as wood 2 mobile. I'm just looking out for my performance from the start here. So now we're going to go, let's collapse this. So this is going to be pleasant. Is that what that is? Yeah, pleasant. And we need another one of these. So we need to add our background color, or background image. Let's just reformat this. Wood 2 mobile. A little grainy. What if I do this? What if I take this and I crop it? Custom. So if I crop it to be long, okay, that looks a little better. It's not as grainy, and just like the top, I need to add a overlay. Copy that. Ah, dang it! I put it over here. So I take this. This is where we should put it. Okay, and z index 1. City Pleasant. Oops. Oh, position relative. There it is. Now it's a little darker, so it's not as bad. Let's do a 0.5, just for that text to really shine through. And now what I want to do now, let's tackle this image really quick. So pleasant image, position, absolute, width. I made 96%. Display block, so I can do things to it. left 50%, transform, translate x, negative 50 to center it, and then top, negative 50% of its height. Okay, so now we got that. Now what we need to do is space things out. So pleasant, I need to do margin top. So I want to push against the top of this. I want to push against this section by 200 pixels. And as you can see that orange pushing against it. I'm creating that space for this thing to live. I think we need a little more, 220. That looks pretty good. I got that. I think I want to make this smaller so we can really see. Let's try 90. I hate how it jumps back up there. So we got that. But you know what? This background right here does not contrast very well with this background. So I think we got to find a new wood. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm really picky. Maybe I just gotta not be as picky. Let's just do you. Let's see what you look like. So this would be wood 2. Let's crop you. Yes. Okay, and now we can make this less opaque. Okay, and then we need a padding top. So now we got to push the content away from this. So where we have margin top, now we can do padding top of 220, which is a little much. And it's also moving this. So I think what I need to do is on H2. I think I'm going to put the H2 margin top 200. That's still 288. Instead of being top negative 50%, let's just do top negative 200 pixels. So it's a constant. Let's try 140. And that looks about right. But this is too much. I think that's better. Font size 36, color white, line height 1.5 em, text align center. So that creates that. And then I want my P. And we're basically going to copy all this except the font size, which is probably, what, 20? Yeah. Pleasant P. Oh, I gotta take off the margin top. And font size. There we go. Size. I knew this was too small. Pleasant dining experience, all you need. Okay, there we go. I got some of that wood showing back. Okay. All right, I think that's neat. Yeah, we're just gonna. Sorry, I'm just sending another text to my client. See, always working, always working. So this is why that tile. Oh, that's right, because it's copied. Let's just call it closing. There you go. So now we got our padding is cool. And this is gonna be closing. So font size 36 pixels, line height 1.5 em, text align center. Do it all over again for P. Next temperature going to be 20. Maybe 1.5 is too much for this. Let's try 2. That's good. Let's do 2 for the other one too. Is there anything else? Okay, I think that's it. So that's the mobile version. You know, pretty easy. So that's what we got. And on mobile, this is what it looks like. So getting a little, get a little creative. Things don't need to be exactly where they are as they are. So like on this seal is on top right here, but in mobile, it's actually right here. And that's cool. You can do that on mobile. Get creative. Not everything is going to fit perfectly as it does on desktop. So you have to get a little creative on where some elements fit and how they play with each other. Like this, if we had another picture, I feel like that would just be too much. However, it would be neat. So if I have this here, if I had another picture here, now I'm interested to see what happens if I cover it. So that last image that we had, image 5, what if I put that underneath? So that would mean I'm going to put it, so it's in closing, pleasant. So here's the why we do. So that means if I put it here, or yeah, maybe I can just load it. Class equals, let's just call this a stray image. Oh, I can't put it inside of it. So instead, I should put it outside. Because I don't want it inside this color. So I put it outside. Is that grid 5? What's grid? Let's see. Oh, that's grid 3. Okay, do we have grid 3? Is that in there? Okay, so there's that guy. Where'd these guys go? Oh, that's grid 4. 1, 2. Oh, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want 4 actually. I want 4 in this one. 1, 2, 3. So this is loading. So G3 is loading the image that I don't want it to load. Let's just screw it. Boom. And then that smaller image should be grid 5. This is G4. So this should be 5. There we go. And then this guy should be 3. There, that's why. That's how it fits now. Okay, so let's get out of here. Let's do, I think it's still in Pleasant. Right here. No, we're still in Tile. Okay, so we're still in Tile on this one. So it goes above the inspire text dot stray image. So I want it to be width of 100%, so we can contain it, right? And then I want to add let's just display block margin top 10 pixels. There we go. And then once we get to the bigger screens, we're just going to hide that. And I want to do loading equals lazy, obviously. Okay. Yeah, I like this better. It's like this is in the middle of it all. So there we go, that's mobile. Let's just see what happens on dark mode. On dark mode, everything's pretty much taken care of. Just a couple things to clean up. I think I gotta make this darker. But yeah, dark mode shouldn't be too bad. I also gotta get rid of that. Actually, I gotta do that now. This should not be here. So I need to get rid of that. 139 on dark. Right here. We gotta get rid of that. Cool. So that's mobile. And now let's try, let's do this. Alright, I think I gotta make some changes. So, we got that. Let me go to my style.css. And I want to copy this. I want to get this. Boop. So we're in landing. So this is for the in-between. This is for the landscape on tablet. And I want hero min height to be 400 pixels. 470. 50. There we go. Because I just want that space between these guys. It doesn't matter about being 100 view height anymore because this view height is very small. So now I'm adjusting it to fit that. These look good. As you can see, by making them background images, actually take off dark mode. By making them background images, these images can actually grow and stretch with their containers rather than having to work with the actual image dimensions. So this is a lot easier to deal with, especially when you want it to be fully responsive and you want it to grow. So this looks good, but this is just gigantic. That is huge. Like I feel like I want to have like 2 of them, you know. So maybe I just gotta find another image to go with it. I'll have to do that when I'm not on your guys' time. Okay, so this is freaking weird. So this obviously doesn't work very well because it's growing too big. So let's close this. And this is the Pleasant. So in Pleasant, I need to calm that image down. So Pleasant image. Let's do a 280. And then what's your top value? Top 140. Let's do top -155. Bring it up a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. That I can deal with. Let's add some padding in here. I just wanted to push these guys in. Felt like they're too wide. I feel I got an orphan now. Let's try 70. Still got an orphan. 40. That's a little better. So let's do that for this one. Let's just get rid of this there. Now I can see. So let's do this again for closing. This is, you see they're the same width. I feel like I need a call to action here. Because it's not here. I can't wait to meet you. I think I want to put something there. Let's go closing. There's got to be something there. Something to do with reservations. So I don't call for reservations. So let's go see our menu. /HTML /menu.html, which will eventually be a real thing. Okay, so let's do closing. A display block, margin auto. So I should center it. And also, dang it, inline block. And let's just do closing. Text line center to center that inline block. What the hell's going on here? I didn't tell you to do that. Weird. Weird. I don't like. I gotta fix that. But anyway, let's fix this first. So what's the margin bottom here? 30. Let's do margin top 30. Keep it even. I like that better. Now let's figure out what the hell's going on here. What? So many core styles. Footer. Okay, here we go. So this, maybe it's because it's the iPhone S, or the iPhone 5S. Yeah, because this works here, but when we do 5SE, 568, it's a little tight. Little tight. So if I make this what if I make the right section? So that looks better if I do that. So left section, let's try this then. Let's do media query of the max width, no, min width of see what happens if I do, okay. So let's just zoom this out to maybe 580. Actually, let's not even do this. I think this is too small. Let's do 580 pixels. How is this only 100 pixels? Oh. Okay. So now let's probably make this bigger. Everything stays until I get to 580. And that's when we have more room. Or let's do 5. I think 600 is where we have more room. So that'll be fixed there. So now when I do 5SE, when I do this, it's as it should be. It's not jumbled up a mess. So there we go. So now we undo this, and we have our button here. I think that's a lot. It's a good addition. We're missing a good call to action. But we also have that there. Oh, it could be give us a call. Maybe they want to pick up something. So order now. So I'm gonna make this tell 219. I think it's 219, and then 555 something. So I'm gonna change that number eventually. And it's good. But what we want, do I have? So on desktop, I want this I don't want this to go to a phone number. I want this to go to a page. So mobile, desktop. So now we have two. So what I need to do is in my core styles, I just need to set it. I already have it set. So why aren't you obeying? Display none. Maybe I just gotta put it in the CSS. So closing A. I'm just gonna do it here. Closing dot desktop display none. There we go. So that doesn't display. And then on desktop, when we get there, we're gonna hide. We're gonna hide the mobile one and add the desktop one. So there's that. Now we got that. We got. Oh my. So I'm gonna take a little break here because I gotta go do family stuff. But this is all gonna stay in one video because I mean it's not that long. So I'm gonna make a little awkward cut here, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. See, one thing I did mention. Oh, I was thinking about this when I was upstairs. So when we get to this, I added a media query for it, but I think what I need to do instead is make a max width on it, because what about the screen sizes in between 667? So I want to go to Pleasant Image with 90% max width 280. I'm going to add that so that here I don't need to do it. Let's get rid of this. So there's that. But let's find out what happens in between. That's all acceptable. Okay, I can take that. So now whatever 555 is. Hello. What just happened? Oh, that's because it's the view height, and my view height is responsive. So let's just put a max on there. It's weird how that works. Max, so let's do a max height of 700. Does that not work? No, that's not gonna work. But either way, it's like, so. So that. These look pretty messy. I don't like the way this is animating. So we're gonna go to the footer. We're just gonna take off the animations on these. For whatever reason, they're not picking up very well. Yeah, I'll take that. So yeah, I'm just doing my cursory glance, making sure everything looks fine. So let's go back. Let's go up to our iPad, and this is where we need to start making our changes. So right away, we can get rid of this, whole hero thing that we have going on. We can get rid of the background, transparent, and then we can get rid of. There is a cat in my. The balls in this cat to just walk in my yard like it owns the place. Sorry, I just got distracted. It's just, I don't know. He's just walking around like ain't nothing. Probably using my garden bed as a bathroom. All right. Hero before display none. Okay, and now we gotta get our hero text. Kitty, stop. The cat's back again. Just not leave me alone. Come here. What's the color on these guys? This one. Let's do that for the H2. Okay, and it was hamburger box. There it is. I think it's this one right here. this is where we gotta change them back. Change that back to that, and then okay, black moon, white moon. Okay, so I need a black moon display lock, and I need dot white moon display none. So there's a moon. Okay, those are back, and let's look at H1s. So this one's gonna be 56. That's be 56, and then this is going to be 18. So there's that. Width 793. Let's do 800. Margin left, auto. Margin right, auto. Max width. Width 100%. And this, same deal. That's 770. Yeah, I'll shrink that a little bit. So this has a margin top of 176. That takes us down to there. And our height for hero, actually, let's just do auto. Or min height. There you go, because it's set to 100 view height, so we have to reset that. And this Kennedy Place. So now we gotta start figuring out what to do. How do I want this grid to look? Can I do this? Can I make this on tablet? So it's gotta be height of 682. Right now it's height 500. Okay, so let's start this grid. Let's just get the grid how we want it, and then we can deal with everything else. So dot tile grid, height of 682. There's that, and what I need okay, so my columns, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So maybe this is 7 columns wide, and then this is or you know what I could do? I could just make it 3. Grid template rows or columns. So whatever this is, this column is going to be 461 wide. Or no.
Daddy.
Yeah, bud. What's up?
I'm telling you something.
Let me see.
Daddy.
1. Hold on, dude. What's up?
That's fine.
What's up?
Do you want to
Looks like it's like 2.5.
want to play with me?
2.5. Yeah, just a second, bud.
And playground?
Yes. So if I do 1 FR 2.5 FR 1 FR. So I do that. That changes that. So now I have, look at G1. So I'm going to do grid column. I want you to start from 1 to 2. Or no, these are 2.5. This is 1, and this is 2.5. So we have that, right? Now I want my number 2. I want you to start on line 2 and end on 3. There you are. And this one, 3. I think he's grid 3. Okay, so we're going to do currently okay, grid 5 is display none. So I'm just going to do, okay, tile G3. I'm going to reset its background value. Grid 3. And I want it to start on line 3 and go to line 4. And I want the grid row to be 1 and go to 11. Right? Oh, whoops, grid 3. Alright, so there's grid 3. Now I need grid 4. I think I have to reset that value because grid 4 has grid 5 here on it. So we're going to reset that to grid 4. And I want you to start on line, let's see, grid row. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dude, what are you doing?
I'm trying to play with my foot.
Kids playing with the cat now. Now you can see why I do these at 11 midnight at night. Okay, so grid 4 is going to go along with this same grid column. Except you're going to start on grid row 6 to 11. You're going to go right there. And then grid 5 rows display none. Display block. And then I want the same grid column as 2. The grid row starts at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 to 11. And there's that. Looks like, what's the grid gap? Grid gap of 24. Might be a little much for the small screen. Let's keep it at 10. And there's that. So I'm going to take a break now and move all my stuff upstairs so there's not such noise. So another awkward cut coming in. Alright, I'm back now. So we made our grid. And now let's fix these guys up. So in our tile, let's tile why we do. That is going to be there you go, 507 wide and a height of 269. So he goes right there. And then I need to get rid of this. So stray image, display none, so you're gone. And then I want to take this, looks like I want to overlap it a little bit. So let's give it a margin left. How much? 91. Let's see what that looks like. Up there, and then transform, translate y. Let's do -100 and see where that takes us. Because I don't want to cover it entirely. That looks pretty good to me. Let's actually go over a little more. Let's try 61. Just that we have that offset. Or center it. Right. I think that's better, especially for mobile, for a tablet, I'm sorry. Now this Kennedy place, I don't think it has a place in here. I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. Honestly, I think I just gotta get rid of it. Because, you know, on here it's in the corner, but it's also, you know, it's got other space to live. But in tablet, there's nowhere else for it to go. It would just be off screen. And we already have something overlapping, centered. So I don't want to center this, and it feels too messy. So I think we just gotta get rid of it. So I think it's gonna go up here. Display none. And it looks like between here and here is 46. So let's get that solved. So title grid. Heading top of 0. Let's bring that closer. And tile. Let's bring that closer. And then hero. Looks like hero has a padding bottom that we want to get rid of. And H2. Okay, so that's that. Now, let's just do 5 pixels here. And that should be fine. That makes sense. Now we got this guy in the middle. So it's a 56. Inspire. So let's close this off. I guess. Margin. Let's see. Let's just do margin 60, top and bottom, auto, left and right. Let's try 80 on the bottom. Looks like it needs more space. So I think pleasant has to push up against it. Okay. So pleasant is what is pushing it up. And your margin top is 220. Let's do 250. Get some more space. There we go. And then let's tighten this up. I got, let's do pleasant H2. Margin left, auto, margin right, auto to center it. Okay, and let's do that again for the P. That looks fine. And then I'm going to do padding bottom, 100. Get some more space in there. Oops. And it looks like this is not, this is bolded when it shouldn't be. .36, line height 44. And then I think this before element, I think we need to make this a little darker. Not as dark. 4. There we go. And now this is our closing. So honestly, I could just set this to 500 pixels, and then margin auto. So I just center the whole section, and then padding 100 top and bottom, just because I like that spacing on tablet. Just feels better. And then there we go. So that's tablet. That's pretty easy. So now we got that. Order now. That's the call. Yeah, I think that's all we need. Cool. So now let's do responsive. Oops. 1024. This is going to be why do we still have what's going on here? Why does this have a border bottom? Where is it getting that from? Because this is not at all. When I go to the home page, oops, that didn't work. /index.html. Because that's not on the home page. I go to about. Where's this border bottom at? It's on there something. Let's just check the code and score styles. Find border bottom. This was on the body before. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that. Okay, that was in the 1024. Okay, so now since our links, our side nav A is white on a white background, we have to change that to this. So now I'm going to go to landing. Let's go to a dot side nav A. Is that what that is? Side nav, side dash nav. Okay, that's going to change those. And then I want the active class, active menu. There's that. Let's take this. Let's make it bold. Right. Let's make this closer. Padding. Let's see, padding bottom 5 pixels. No, that doesn't work there. That looks a little too far. So yeah, let's go to side nav A on 1024. Let's just do 10 pixels on the bottom. Yeah, I like it a little closer. And font size 18. 18, but this is railway. Where are you getting railway from? There it is. Let's get rid of that. So we want you to be the normal one. Archivo, or whatever that is. Okay. So now let's get this situated here. So this is 1142. I don't want this. Actually, is this still? I'm on my iPad. Okay, we got a gap there, but when we get to desktop, there's no gap. So let's go back to our about, and we're going to title grid. It's going to be 0. What was it? 24 pixels. That's me. 20. I'm making a padding, so it squeezes it in 24 pixels, and then I need to do a grid gap. 24 pixels, right? Whoops. Just like that, because I think that's what we had here. Yeah, 24 pixel grid gap. And that should handle that. I'm just gonna zoom out some more. And I think for 1024, just because of how like small this is, I'm gonna keep this in the middle. This is right there, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep this, except our footer padding. That's weird. You see how they're touching? That's a no-no. So we're just gonna add a padding left. and right of 10 pixels, just to give them that extra space. 'Cause I don't like that. So that's that. And I think that's, yeah, this is basically it for, oh wait, this is 176, right? 176. So I think we gotta fix this. This has a padding top of 100 on hero. So we actually gotta fix this. There we go. Now it's just like the proof. So that's going to be that size. Now let's do this is 1120. This is 1142. I think I had 1200 on all mine, so I'm going to do 1200. So that means 1300 is where I'm going to start. This should be good. Now I just got to make sure this is fine. It's 1200. So now, tile grid. I'm just going to copy this. And I'm going to make its padding 0. So now it's where it's as full as it's supposed to be. And then this guy is supposed to be 90 pixels. Pixels that way, and then is it 36 pixels? What's the transform on you? Oh, negative 100, huh? That looks weak. I don't think that's right. I'm just going to keep it at 100. That's where I want it. And that's where it stays. So we're going to keep that. Let's see. Because we got this over here. This seems a little right heavy, so I think I'm going to push this over here. So let's do tile stamp. Let's see if it's grid, then this goes above the grid. Block. Okay, so we're going to reset your left to auto resets that. Transform, you got to reset your transform to none. Right, negative 50 pixels. Top, negative 50 pixels, and the index 100. Too much to the right. 20. And let's rotate them. Let's rotate 45 degrees. Let's try 49. It's a little better. 10. Now let's come up a little bit more, negative 60. So we're going to put them right there. And then we need to tighten this up a lot more. So let's get rid of this margin so that I can deal with the spacing. So we're going to remove the margin, right? Because I want to space this pretty darn close. And then spire, tile, and spire. Well, 0 top and bottom, and then auto. So this needs to be at least 80 pixels. I think because this transformed, this is up 8, this is up 100. So that means these are 100 pixels away. So that means I want my margin bottom to be 100, just to make it even. So this should be evenly done. And then we're going to go down to this guy here. We're going to do our little flippy. Put this guy right here. So the first thing I want to do is position absolute. Okay. So I want to go into my closing. No, pleasant. And I want H2. Do I have a width on it? I think I have a width on it. Yeah, 500. So pleasant H2. It's supposed to be 485 experience. Let's try 80. Okay, text align left. Yeah, what is that? And then I need to get the margin left to 0 so I can push it over. Alright, see, there goes that. And now my P, which is only 435. So we're just going to copy this. Do the P. And 435. And that P should be back over there. And margin top 0. Minus 0. Okay, so this is nice and centered. My pleasant. So now the padding top and bottom is what is creating the space. It should be 82 and 87. I'm just going to stay with 100 just because that's what I want. Now this image is 450. So let's take this image, bottom here, with 450. Oh, max width, 450. Is that 450? It sure is. Okay, so now I want it to be to the right of the container. So I think I need to set the left to auto to reset that, and the transform. None, I have to reset that. So let's set right to 0. And then it looks like it comes down 71. I'm gonna go bottom 71 pixels. I think it's a top value. Let's top auto. No. Oh, negative 71. Well, let's see what 0. Where's 0 at? Okay, there's 0, so negative 71. And that should be pretty accurate, but it's apparently not. Why are you not obeying my container? I think it's because I need position relative on it. Yeah, there it is. It was because it was going off of the. It's going off of this, which meant it hugged the edge. So I needed to add position absolute on the container, so that it was positioned right to the edge of the container and not to the edge of the section. So there's that. And for some reason this. So where's 0 at then? So if that's 0. Oh, it's because of the padding. So that means I need this to be, I need to account for the 100 pixel padding, so negative 171. But that still doesn't look right. How is this 70 pixels? Oh, my fault. Let's see. It's 151. So if it's 151, it should be 251. Whoops. Save on this. That looks better. Okay. Now we just got to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to copy these. Go down to here. Oh, and I made the container. Or no, closing. I made closing 500, so I gotta do. Let's make it 1200 pixels. And then we need closing A, margin left, 0. Or, oh no, because it's on the closing, so text align left, because that's an inline block. So that's how I center the inline block. So that's right there. Now, how wide does it need to be? So this one's wider. 36. This is 36. But it is 556 wide. And the P is also 564. Alright, so that fills that in a little better. I thought there's too much space over here, but yeah. So that's, I guess that's that section. Also, I want to make this parallax. Background attachment fixed. There it is. Okay. Now let's do our animations. Just because we have it on the home page, let's see how this can look. So let's go to index. Let me just grab some. Let's put that there. Put that there. Let's grab a delay. There's that. Now here's where the fun can happen. Let's see what we can do with these grids. How do I want them to come in? Let's make this one. I want you to fade to the right. Second one, I want you to fade up. Third, I want you to fade into the left. 4, I want you to fade to the right. And then 5, I want you to fade up. And let's do our data AOS delay. One, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's neat, right? It's all coming together. It's just the only thing is I can't do anything with this. Also, I can add it to this guy. For some reason, this doesn't want to fade. Do you have transforms on it? Oh, that's right. I have a transform rotate on it, so that's why it won't take this. So it'll just fade opacity, which is fine because I don't want it to just stick there in the middle of nothing. So let's set it to a delay of 3. Let's say 4. Okay. And let's add one to this. You can just have it fade up. Or whoops, no, not this one. This one. What? Just let him inside. I'll text the wife to let the dog inside. So I can hear him barking from out there. Okay, now in Pleasant, we're going to add the fade up. And then on the P, and let's grab a delay. 200. And then we'll do that on the image. We're going to have you fade right. Or fade to the left. Is there a transform on you too? I wonder if I change that to initial unset. 1300 in Pleasant. 1300. It looks like I can't put it on that one. It's got a transform on it already. So it looks like you're just going to stay there, and it's fine. And then we're going to do the same things to this one. Add my delay. I forgot my delay on here too. It's going to be 3. Let's copy this for desktop. And that should be it for that. And, by the way, we forgot. So it's in closing. So right here, we actually need to do... You remove the mobile button and add the desktop. So there it is, desktop. You see it up there? Desktop. That means the this is the button and this is mobile, which is displayed none. So now this will take us to the contact page, but we don't have that yet. So okay, that works. Wonderful. Okay, so now we got our animations done. That's pretty neat. Let's see it on full screen. Let's get the full effect. Yeah. There we go. Subtle. Nice. You. Why are you so wrong? Is it because this container doesn't have a position relative on it? No, it does not. Okay, so I need to do position relative on my tile container. In the tile grid, 64. Let's just put it in our 64 one. There, now that should work. But we need to push you 50, 70. There, that's better. Yeah, because originally, because I did not have the position relative on the container, right? And this is inside the container. It was positioning itself right to the edge of the browser, the body, because there was nothing else. There was no parent of it that had position relative on it, so it just immediately positions itself to the body. And that's why you always have to remember, whatever parent you have of an absolutely positioned element, it needs to have position relative on it. Otherwise, it's just going to go to the next one, and the next one if that doesn't have it, and the next one if that doesn't have it, and to the body if nothing else has it. So we got that over there. I think I can call myself happy with this, except I think this has to have a border radius on it. So that's going to be in Pleasant image, border radius of 5 pixels. There we go. Yeah, it's coming along. So this one needs to have a. Maybe I need to have some sort of a hover state for that. Let's do a hover state. So we got this pinky. I'm going to take that. And we're going to go to core styles. Let's just go into, let's go here. So what are you called? It's just footer button solid. Okay, here we go. There you go. It just goes to that pink. Okay. Oh, hello. This doesn't look good. This looks like it's on small desktop. Okay, so on Pleasant on small desktop, it looks like I need that on there. So I'm gonna remove this because I need that, and then on the bigger screens I need to remove it. Looks like that was a mistake on my end. That should be good. Now when we go to there, now everything makes sense again. Oh, but on desktop, see how it's all grainy? We need to fix that. So Pleasant, I need to change its background. Oops. What is it set to now? Wood to mobile? Okay. So I need wood to regular. So wood to regular. There we go. So now, see how much better quality it is? That looks better now. Okay, so this is basically, that's it. This is our about page. Let's do a little refresh again. Just see that nice animation. It's all subtle, but it's enough. So now let's do dark mode. Obviously this got to change. So let's get my body.dark mode. Move you up. Okay. Core styles, let's get rid of that. Page styles. So within our page styles, let's go down. Let's take another one of these. That's footer. Now take a little extra space, and we're going to do about. And body.dark mode. Well, this is going to be specific to this. So maybe what I do, because this is all on all pages, but all the other pages are going to share some of the same classes. So instead, let's go to landing, and then we'll have our own dark mode styles. Yeah, we'll have our own dark mode styles in here. So we're going to do dark mode. Where are you getting this color? Oh, yeah, that's on 48M. Interesting. Huh. Trying to think how I want to play this. Because then I have to do it for all let's see. Oh, there we go. That just works because it's more specific, so it overrides it. Okay, cool. I was just all right. I didn't want to have to do anything extra. So now we got this dark guy. What was our dark color? Cause you see how it stays on dark mode when you move. What's our dark? Copy. And then I want to do so this is going to be tile while we do. I'll close you. Tile grid. Tile while we do. So you need that background color. And of course, body.dark mode. So that's our darker version. Okay. Got that. These are cool. These are cool. And that's it for dark mode. Pretty easy, right? So I think that's it for this page. I think we did it. So now we have dark mode here. Or maybe this can be darker on dark mode. So let's go to pleasant. And let's do it down here. say 7. That feels better. And then slash dark mode. Okay, that's in there. That's bad. It's a little darker. So easy peasy. Everything looks as it should. I'm very happy with how this turned out. This is much easier than I thought it was going to be. Had some trouble, but we got through it. So that's our about page. And now we're going to go on to this contact page. So let's go ahead and make that. Let's close these guys. Not using that anymore, and throw this down. So let's take our about. Let's highlight, Control C for copy, Control N for new, Control V for paste, and then let's take out all of the stuff we don't need. What do we have here? Yeah, it doesn't look like we're reusing anything. So, okay. Let's take out landing. Whoops. Closing. There you go. Save as a contact.html. So that's in there. And just to be consistent, I'm going to put slashes here. You don't have to, but I'm going to do it. Just so that is the same everywhere. I'm going to do it here too. And on index. So in contact, let's move the active menu from about to contact. And let's go to our page. So if we go to contact from here, this is our contact. We don't have anything, so this has nothing to push up against. We really just have a footer. So let's start doing some HTML. And that's going to be your contact page. So that's right, I'm doing different pages now. So we get our contact page set up, and I'm going to make this its own separate video, just to keep things organized. So this video is about, and now this is contact, and this is what we're starting with. So yeah, that's it. So I'll see you in the next video.